think it's really sad when I hear people say, I got a new roof, and I ask the question, I say, well, what kind of shingles did they put up? And I'm like, that should be right off the top of your head. Boom, you should know what they put on your roof. And then I go one step further and I say, what kind of underlayment did they put down? I mean, what did they put down on the, what kind of warranty do you get? Well, I got to look at the paperwork. People are too quick to just sign a contract, and I'm guilty of it too. I knew what kind of shingle I wanted, and I knew it was an Owens Corning shingle. And I went to Allen's for an Owens Corning shingle. Now, naturally, in my mind, when they say they're going to put down an underlayment, I just assume it's going to be an Owens Corning underlayment. I mean, you want to use the same products because you want to get that lifetime warranty. Well, in my case, they didn't. And I questioned it. And I questioned their salesman. And I said to their salesman, I said, when they started the project, I said, what's the name of that underlayment you're putting down? It says deck shield on it. He goes, I don't know. He goes, first he says, I don't know what they're putting down. I go, you sold it to me, you don't know? So it's a product called deck shield. I said, why did you guys start out with this product called Rhino Guard? Oh, Rhino Guard? Yeah, you got some Rhino Guard? That's good because that's an excellent product. That's even better. I go, you're not listening to me, bro. Okay? They started with Rhino Guard and stopped as if they had some kind of a mix-up or a confusion on what was supposed to go down. And so they took the Rhino Guard away. I don't know what they did with it because I knew it because I saw rolls of it fell off the roof. I took pictures of it. I felt it. I don't really know a lot about it. But then they put up this deck shield, which was pink in color. And I thought, oh, well, yeah, Owens Corning uses the Pink Panther. And that must be an Owens Corning. I just assumed. But then when I took pictures of it, it's deck shield. That's not an Owens Corning product. So then I called up Owens Corning Roofing Division. And I explained to them, and they said, no, that's not an Owens Corning product. And because of that, you don't get the lifetime warranty. If they had used an Owens Corning product, you would have got a lifetime warranty. I go, well, how am I supposed to know? I'm assuming they're putting up an Owens Corning shingle. They're going to put down an Owens Corning underlayment. So I had a few problems with Allen's Roofing. One good example is but I had signed with them before Christmas. And they came out on January 14th to actually do the roof. That's how long I waited. But 4 or 5 days before they were supposed to do the delivery of the shingles, where they put them up on the roof and then they come and it's already on the work site and they do the roof, their salesman calls me up and he tries to hold me up for more money. He says to me, the supplier won't deliver the shingles to your roof because you have a tarp up there, or I have to charge you more to take it down. And I'm thinking to myself, what a dirty thing to do. You were up on my roof, you saw the tarp. The tarp's been up there for months, and now you call me up 4 days before, and I've been waiting for months. So I didn't want a delay. But I mean, there are tarps on roofs all over Hernando County, and he's been doing this for 10 years. So you're not going to sit there and tell me or try to suggest to me that you didn't know this. Let's assume for just a moment that he got caught by surprise and he's not bullshitting me. Let's just assume for a moment, but I'm not buying it. Okay? Then do you really think that I should be upcharged for it if you didn't tell me about it? So I didn't think it was I tried to call the Army Corps of Engineers, are the ones who put up this tarp. They nailed it down to the roof. And I turned around and I thought to myself, let me call them up. I'll get them on the phone. Can't get them on the phone. They're through FEMA. You can't get them. And it's only 4 days. I only have 4 days to play with. How am I going to get anybody out there that fast? So I'm thinking to myself, you waited 4 days before after it's been sitting up there for months? He was on my roof. He was walking on my roof with the tarp up there. So I said to my wife, I said, you know what, I'm going to try and take this down myself. It doesn't look like a big job. And it was a big job. And it took me 2 days. And I ended up injuring myself, which I'm still seeing a doctor for. So I was pissed off about that. Okay? I was pissed off that I'm hurt. I'm pissed off that they threw that at me at the last minute and tried to hold me up for more money. That's the first thing with them. Second problem I had was the underlayment. I mean, again, when he marked off on the sheet what he was going to do, I knew it was vague. I shouldn't have let him get away with that. He just checked off for underlayment synthetic. Well, synthetic means it could be anything. It could be there's all kinds of synthetics out there. So I turned around and I'm watching them do the installation, and they put up this, like I said, they put up this product called difficuolt. And I don't know, you know. That's why I called Owens Corning. By simply checking off synthetic means he could put up anything he wants that is a synthetic. It could be a very good synthetic. It could be a crappy synthetic. You wouldn't know. And I was very specific with the salesman. I said, look, the Army Corps of Engineers used nails in my roof. When I built this house, I made sure it was a plywood roof. And it had no leaks. I have no problems with the roof. It just, Milton knocked off a couple of shingles, and the insurance company agreed to replace it. So they gave me some money. The rest I came out of pocket. You know, the insurance companies. And I expressed that to him, and he assured me that they were going to put down a good laminate. And I mean, it makes sense. You're going to use an Owens Corning shingle, which is what I wanted, because it rates pretty high as far as quality. I had another guy that was a rival competitor, big rival competitor in Hernando County. I met with him. I liked the guy. He was cheaper, but he wanted to use a different type of shingle called gaff. And I didn't really like the reviews on gaff. So I said, you know what? No, I don't want to go with that. And he wouldn't offer anything else. So I said, you know what? I'm done. I'll go with Allen's. They're offering the Owens Corning duration, and I'm going to get that. That's just one of the problems I had. Then, excuse me. It's funny because when they were done with the work, the crew chief left me 4 packs of shingles. He says, here's your extra shingles. You want me to put them in the garage for you? And I said, no, don't put them in the garage because I don't have room right now. And I'll do it myself. So he turned around, and like I said, I didn't want them in the garage because I didn't have the room for them. And after all, I did pay for them. I think it was like the 16th, the 17th. Some guy starts stomping around on my roof. I'm sound asleep. I run outside. What the heck are you doing up there? Because, well, I'm a supervisor for Allen's. And then I noticed my shingles are missing. So we got into a little bit of an argument because, like I said, they were in front of the house for a couple of days, and I was hurting a little bit. Didn't feel like picking them up. Pain that I shouldn't have had to endure. And I said to, I said, no. I said, those are my shingles. I paid for them. So we got into an argument. See, he didn't call. He didn't ring the bell. He just went up on the roof, and he took the packs before I even got out there. So he said, well, I'll leave you 1 pack. I said, well, gee, thank you for being so gracious. Why don't you leave 4 packs that I paid for? So I already know what you're going to do. Okay? He said, well, we over-order. I go, well, yeah, you over-order. You over-order, and I pay for it. You know, you don't think that you over-order shingles and you pay for them. No, I pay for them. That's not the way business is done. And I know that the manufacturer is not taking those shingles back. I know that manufacturer, you're probably loading them after they've been abused out in the rain and they've been thrown off roofs and thrown on roofs. Manufacturer, you should have seen the condition that these shingles, the packs that they left me, they were in bad shape. And I says to him, I says, well, I know that you're going to put them in your warehouse. You're going to put them in, and you're going to go to another job. You're going to order shingles again. You're going to over-order, and you got more free shingles. And you got a little stockpile going in your warehouse. I get it, you know. See, the thing is that if the crew chief hadn't told me that these shingles are mine, I would have naturally just assumed they were mine and put them in the garage eventually. But they were enough to match my shed. I was going to do my shed next. And I had a handyman that was going to put them up. And so they took them. Now my shed doesn't match, which I thought kind of sucked. Now let's talk about wood. I wonder how many people out there have been upcharged for wood. In other words, the estimate is one thing, and when you get the bill, it's always higher. So I had talked to several people who had told me that they will upcharge you on the wood. It was like almost a given. And they came to the work site in the morning, and they dropped off the wood. It's on my security cameras. You could see it. 3 sheets of 4x8 half-inch roofing plywood. When they were done, when they came to the house for the bill, they had added 5 sheets and several pieces of fascia board. And I was like, no. Your people only use 3. And why are you charging me $80 a sheet? I can go into Home Depot myself and get it retail cheaper. I know you didn't pay no $80 a sheet. So he said, well, we're not trying to cheat you. I go, here's the video, look. And I showed him the video. He goes, well, I'll take it off the bill for now, but I'm going to go ahead and check with the office. And we have pictures of everything. I said, good, because so do I. Calls me up a couple of days later. He said, we sent you an email. They used 5 sheets. I said, really? I opened up the email, and it's cute because I've never been sent an email that expires in 24 hours. So it says, once you open this up, it expires in 24 hours. And what they did was they used black spray paint on the roof, and they numbered 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 with the black spray paint showing where they did repairs. That doesn't represent they used 5 sheets of plywood. So I don't know if they think I'm stupid or what. That just means those are 5 areas that they repaired. My roof was not in that bad a shape. The biggest piece I think they took out was 3 foot by 3 foot. I have that on video. And they took out a lot. I didn't really even think they needed to take out that much of it because it did rot at the drip edge about a foot in. So I don't know why they took so much. But anyway, I don't know what they're trying to suggest, but they didn't replace 5 full sheets of plywood. I don't know what you're trying to imply. And they want their money. And I said, okay, I'm going to give you your money. I don't like the underlayment deal. I don't like the fact you took back the shingles, and I don't like the fact that you're overcharging me for the wood. Okay? The salesman, he's a character, let me tell you. He's a real character. He'll try to talk over you. And I guarantee you, people out there have no clue. Most people. I'm not like that, but I when you're paying almost $16,000, I want to know what I'm getting. And I'll bet you most people have no clue what they have for an underlayment. They have no clue. In some cases, I had a neighbor of mine, just a couple of houses away, got his roof replaced a couple of years ago. And we all know somebody that's gotten their roof replaced. And they all have kind of similar stories of things that they're concerned about. And he says to me, I said, what kind of shingles did you get? And he went, you don't know the name of the shingles they put on your roof? He says, it begins with a T something. I go, and I knew the shingle, and it's not a very good shingle. It was an insurance job that he had done. See, this wasn't an insurance job. Allen's is a big name in the community. I just think that they're becoming like so many of the builders became. Too big for their bridges, maybe? I mean, there's a lady in Google reviews that says that her roof is leaking, and they replied, this stands out to me, and they replied, yeah, we're sorry to hear about your issue. Please give us a call at the office, and they put the phone number, as if the woman doesn't know how to get in touch with the company that installed her roof. And why are you turning around and giving her your phone number for her to call you? If a good company's going to run out there and go, what's going on? Let me see. And they're going to review, and they're going to turn around and repair it. And I got a couple of areas that I'm concerned about as well. I mean, the bottom line is when you get a roof done, okay, you get new shingles on your roof. If you have an old roof and you got new shingles put up on your roof, I don't think anybody out there is going to say it looks worse. Of course, they're going to say it looks better. Okay, it looks great or good. New shingles always look good. Even the cheapest shingles look good for a while. But I have serious concerns about the underlayment that they used. And I'm going to reach out. I'm going to do some more research. I'm going to reach out. I think it's the professional business regulation. I'm going to talk to a few people. I'm going to make some inquiries. Like I said, for $16,000, that should have been an Owens Corning underlayment. For the record and for this YouTube video, even when Milton ripped off some of my shingles, there have been no leaks. No leaks. I was always curious. In the last 4 or 5 years, I started getting worried about the roof being 22 years old when it just got replaced. But at the time when it reached 15, 20 years, I started looking to see if there were any leaks. Anytime there's a big rainstorm, I kind of worried a little bit, and I looked around. So I knew there were no leaks. There are no leaks. There never was. Okay? Because if there was, I would have addressed it right away. A new roof with proper underlayment, again, there should be no leaks. And this warranty that I was offered was 5 years on the workmanship. Now, that's not very long, 5 years on workmanship. That's not very long. I mean, if you replaced wood, put a good underlayment down, put good shingles down, you have a good crew, you should be lifetime warrantying that. There should not lifetime, but, you should at least warranty it for 20 years. I mean, that's what the shingles are warranted at, And then it's a prorated after 10 years on the shingles, some other crap like that. But yet, the sign they put on my front lawn, and my neighbor came over to me and he says, Tom, why do you have, you have a lifetime warranty, a free lifetime warranty on your roof? I never heard of that. And I said, Chuck, I don't know anything about that. And that's when I started calling Owens Corning, and that's when I found out that because they used a different product, I don't get the lifetime warranty. So there's a few more milestones, a few more things that have to be done. My permit still hasn't been signed off on yet. And I'm going to talk to the guy when he comes out. I'm going to ask the permit department to make contact with me. Hope it's not too late. And then I'm going to show him a few areas on the roof. And I'm concerned about this underlayment deck shield. I really even can't find it on the internet. It's got to be out there. I must be missing it. But when you Google roofing underlayment, boom, that should pop up, and you should see images right away, and you should be able to look and hit the shopping button and see what's there. And deck shield does pop out. And I'm getting the impression that it's not very good. Why they started with the Rhino Guard and then took that down, I'm not sure. I don't know that Rhino Guard was better than Deck Shield or Deck Shield was better than Rhino Guard. Because again, when you just check off synthetic, that's just talking about the material. Everything has a name. It's like going into if I walk into a Chevy dealership, which I'm sitting in front of now, if I walk into a Chevy dealership and I say, hey, I want a Chevy. Well, what kind of Chevy would you like, sir? Would you like a Chevy Impala? Would you like a Chevy Corvette? What would you like? Not all Chevys are the same. Just like all synthetics are not the same. So that should have been offered to me. That should have been specific on the paperwork, but it's a game they play. They can't play a game with the shingles because the shingles are the shingles. But man, between the tarp and the wood and the underlayment, and would another roofer have been any better? I don't know. You get these salesmen that come out and they've been doing it for so long, they know just how to play the game, and you're really at a loss. I think the one competitor that I did have come out and give me an estimate, I had 3 estimates done. No, I think it was 2. because one company didn't even call me back. Nations never called me back, and they were recommended to me. But the one guy that came out, John Scott, he came out, and we sat in the garage, and he handed me the material that he was going to be using on the roof. See, Allen's didn't do that. But when I looked at the product, the only product he was offering me, now I don't know, maybe he uses other products, I don't know, but I didn't ask. But I saw he was trying to push the gaff shingle, and I didn't want that. So Allen's they weren't forthright with what they were using. I mean, you come to a customer's house, you should be bringing in a sample of the shingle that they're requesting, and a sample of the underlayment. Say, sir, this is what we're using, and this is what we're using, and it's on the paperwork. Everything's there for your review. Don't come to us later on and say, we didn't agree on this. But don't just check boxes, underlayment. Anyway, I hope this helps YouTube people out. Don't leave anything to chance like I did and like so many people do. I mean, I was aggressive on the shingle I wanted. I didn't put as much emphasis on the underlayment because I thought that was a given. But when you sign a contract with a roofer, any roofer, anything they put down on that paper, when they write down underlayment, what kind of underlayment? When they put down architectural, what kind of architectural shingle? When they put down, and when you get, what are you doing for ridge caps? Are you using metal ridge caps? Are you using plastic ridge caps? Okay. Are you replacing my goosenecks? Well, they have screens in them. I mean, they're supposed to, but you're replacing my goosenecks. Those are the vents on your roof. Make them write everything down. Don't let them play games, because that's how they profit, and you're left with a problem later on. Now, they're not going to like me after this YouTube video, and I don't really care. Because, like I say, if anything goes wrong with this roof, and this roof leaks, and it never had a leak, and I told your salesman from the beginning, I had nails in this roof from when they did and he assured me the underlayment would mitigate that, there would be no issue. But now I'm finding that this underlayment is questionable. I don't really know what it is. And there's a leak. We'll be having that conversation, and you will be repairing it. Peace out, YouTubers. I hope this helps. I know it seems like a rant. I'm really not a hard person to get along with. I just don't like when you spend that kind of money and there's gray areas. There should never be gray areas. It should always be up front. You know, too many people just sign the paperwork. Again, peace out, YouTubers. Take care.